All right, welcome back to This Week at the Chamber. Here giving you the top 4 things you need to know going on in Harrison and Boone County. And we're not in the office today. We're in the studio today. And I've got Addie Jones. Hello, Addie.
Hello, Wilson.
Joining me again here. This is her last week at the Chamber, wrapping up her media internship with us this summer. What's it been like? Have you had fun? Are you glad to be back?
Oh, yeah, it's been really fun. It's went by really, really fast. I have to move into college very early, so a little sad about that, but it's been really good here, and I've been able to connect with a lot of powerful, influential people, not only in the community, but the whole state of Arkansas. So I've been really grateful for that, and also getting all that valuable hands-on experience.
What do you think, before you started working at the Chamber, on a scale of 1 to 10, you went through YLA, and so you're kind of familiar with the Chamber, but if you were to describe like before and after of what you know about the Chamber and what it does, how would you describe that? You can use a number scale if you'd like.
1 to 10s are hard. I'll give myself like a 4 before, and I probably thought it would have been higher, but with how much I've learned being here, that was probably the number before. So it's increased a lot since then. I've learned a lot. There's a lot that goes into it for sure.
Yeah. We've really enjoyed having you here this summer, and we wish you the best going back to college. And we know that we've got some of your projects that will live on past your 2 months here with us. So some of the website work that you've helped with behind the scenes, when we get to roll that out, that'll be nice. And of course, you'll be featured in the next Destination Ozarks with your story on housing and what's going on here in Harrison. So yeah, we're happy for you, excited to have you. I feel like it's been a privilege to be working with you the last couple of months. So yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah. Why don't you kick us off with what's going on this week, starting today?
Okay, yes. Early this week, the BCLI class is going to be announced. There'll be a press release on that, and everyone who is selected is also going to be receiving individual communications, so be sure to keep an eye out for that.
Yep. Kinetic by Windstream is our presenting sponsor again this year, so thank you, Kinetic, for your investment in our leadership program. And yeah, we'll be looking for that this afternoon. We've also got a ribbon cutting this week on Wednesday at noon. We're with Community Service, Inc. They are a organization focused on youth in need. They're a 501c3, and so through community service, we're going to learn a little bit more about them on Wednesday. So you can find that here on Facebook. You can find that on Instagram, YouTube, all of them. Anywhere. You'll find it there. But join us in person. We'd love to have you.
Also feels like about every meeting possible is happening this week.
Yeah.
There is the Economic Development Commission meeting. There's the Chamber Board meeting, Chamber Foundation meeting. Yep. Am I missing anything?
All 3 of those are meeting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's the third week of the month, and it seems like that's when everybody does their board meetings. So, or at least that's when we do ours. We're taking care of business this week. And then Thursday night, we go to City Council, and Bob will be giving his last Economic Development report, wrapping up the second quarter of the year, and then he'll have the opportunity to introduce me. We've got Bob behind the camera today doing a little production work. He's waving. So thank you, Bob. And yeah, that's our week. That's our week. We've got a guest today, but it's going to be a surprise. It could be Matushka again from the St. Louis Fed. It could be Landon Curtis and Carly Newberry talking about BCLI. It could be Susan Gilley talking about work keys at the Harrison School District and everything coming up there. But Kinsey, who does some of our production of the video, she will choose. And so please enjoy whatever Kinsey has selected for us today. Here you go. So we've had some early conversations with some employers that they kind of understand the lingo and they understand what it is, but they can't offer. Like, I know that some people are looking for like a bonus or some sort of incentive to, like, if a student comes in with this type of work key, then you're going to guarantee them or give them some sort of advantage over people who don't have either a work key assessment at all or something else. What kind of advice in that area would you leave with businesses, or what kind of encouragement would you give?
I think it's going to sound silly, but really the best incentives, I think, for students right now might even be gift cards or some kind of prize. I know some people don't like a trophy for every person, but, if I'm taking it and I did gold, maybe I get $10 gift card as opposed to somebody gets a $5 gift card. I know we talked about that there's not any difference, but sometimes you remember being 17, 18 years old, you need some kind of carrot. And maybe you think, I'm going to college, so what do I care how I score on this, because this is not going to impact me until 6-7 years from now, because I'm going to go to college and I want to be a doctor or whatever it is, and so how I score on this doesn't matter. So those kinds of things we really can't do as a district. Also, just knowing that it would get me an interview in an area of business. Hey, you did a work keys, and that's fantastic. And if businesses knew, hey, the job's listed in the bronze category, knowing, hey, you just don't have to get somebody that was in the gold category. Bronze category is really where A, B, and C jobs fall, and that's what you're looking for.
Right.
Just to say, okay, I'll do a face-to-face, or I'll do a telephone, or I know we have several students say they just can't get to the interview. They're and I ask employers all the time, so what can we do? They're all 18-year-old kids. So what can we do? How do you differentiate one kid from another to determine how you're going to interview them? So I think all those things could help.
So this could be part of it.
Yeah.
If the businesses are at a lunch of opportunity at Harrison High School, or if they're visiting just on any lunch day or with the students, how do you frame the question of, if they want to ask what their work keys status is, their work keys assessment, their level, what is that question that they ask that the student would understand what they're asking?
I think just the way you ask it, are you familiar with work keys, and have you taken that exam yet?
Yeah.
And how did you do? Do you know how it broke down?
Yeah.
So it's obviously going to be some more education on our part with students, because this year I know we're like, no, you're going in there to take it. You're going to love it. You're going to do it and whatever.
Yeah.
But really, until we form all those partnerships, students aren't going to really understand why they should. So I'd mentioned to you before that one of the things we're doing is expanding our career coach options at Harrison. And so we have 3 counselors that do a great job at school, but we also had added a career coach last year. And this year we'll have 2 career coaches. So we're hoping that they'll have time to share with students and also share with businesses what this could mean for both of them.
Yeah, we worked with the career coach last year, loved it.
Yes.
And so knowing that there's 2, double love.
Right.
We like it twice as much.
Yeah. It's like a hot fudge sundae with everything on it now. Yeah.
So and I know that our businesses appreciated, between the career coach at the high school and David Mason, who's the dean of workforce at the college, and our team and your team, it was like kind of just adding people to getting businesses to the table, more voices that are like, hey, you need to come to this career fair, you need to talk to this student, and helping connect them with internships, apprenticeships, job shadowing, interviews, that sort of thing. And so that's exciting that there's going to be 2. I can't wait to meet both of them in their new role. So.
Right. And we're hoping we can even go to lower grade levels, because we know sometimes kids don't even know what they want to do as a senior, but some students are very focused and have decided very young, or some students very young need to know what pathways are out there for them. So we're excited how it can expand the opportunities for students.
Great. Okay, so how do we encourage businesses to learn more about work keys? We've got flyers maybe?
And I think reaching out to those career counselors, reaching out to our career and technical education teachers that are at the high school. We always have a position open of anybody that wants to serve on that advisory council that helps us determine what we should be teaching in what I call the vocational areas or the workforce areas. So really just a phone call. I know the career coaches probably will be developing some flyers to share more information.
Some quick facts side of thing, like this is what to expect. Here are the questions that you can ask our students, and they'll understand. And maybe quick facts about what each level kind of is and the differentiation between them, so they can say, okay, bronze means this. And you were suggesting too, it might be interesting to have some of the businesses have their employees take the test.
Yes.
So you could figure out kind of what job areas are what level, right? Or what, I don't like referring to it as levels, because then it feels like one's above the other, but it's more of a classification of adaptability.
Well, and really checking into from the database, if you certified bronze, what databases of positions is that? That, where you fit in what you're looking for your employees.
Yeah.
So
maybe I'll offer this. So for the businesses watching here today, I would say we're going to put out some information about work keys. We're going to help develop some of the quick fact sheets, or whenever the career coaches get them, we'll help echo some of that message so that whenever we're going to career fairs, when we're coming to lunch of opportunities, we can help kind of prep them with what to be looking for.
Perfect.
And we'll be an added voice for what y'all are doing. So
awesome.
happy to help there.
Yes.
Yeah. Susan, thank you for joining me today. And I look forward to taking the work keys exam to see what I'd score. I want to see what they're testing on too. So,
well, thank you very much for having me.
Yeah.